The market is bouncing pretty nicely this Monday due to the peace deal that was struck over the weekend. We've seen this playbook play out a couple of times, but more so than the general market, I want to talk in this video why there's one altcoin that just consistently shows us that I think it's the one thing you must be holding this cycle. That is Hyperliquid, the most profitable business in all of crypto at this point in time. And to be completely honest with you, I think that there might be not a single better altcoin to hold for the foreseeable future than Hyperliquid. We're going to talk about the reasons why in this video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. If you are new to the channel, this is In the Money. We give you all of the information you need to win across crypto and prediction markets right here on In the Money. So hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel. And of course, a big shout out to our sponsors here on the channel. You can check out Bluefin, you can check out Variational, OmenX, and more in the links down below. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video this Monday. And of course, like I said, the market's looking pretty good. If we just look across the board, we have Bitcoin up 4.9% on today's charts. And that is off the rumors of a potential peace deal with the war with the US, etc. I'm not going to go over that too much because this is more generally based on Hyperliquid. But just looking at the top 25s, we're seeing pretty good bounces across the board. We're seeing Solana up 12%, Hyperliquid up 13%, Zcash bouncing nicely up 25%. We see stuff like Bitcoin Cash up 12%, Near Protocol up 18%. I know 𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗘𝗏 is making a nice move as well. Where's 𝗏 here? 𝗏's up 25% on the 7-day chart. So those low $200 ranges, we're looking very good. And I had tweeted this on Friday, and I had talked about this on video. And all three of these coins have performed very well. I said on the surface, it seemed like the SpaceX IPO was actually a buy, not a sell. It seemed like a lot of people were scared that that was the top of the market. And it felt like it was priced in. So that big dip was heading into that news. And then I wouldn't be surprised to have seen Hype, VVV, and 𝗏 bounce in the short term. We pretty much called that perfectly. If we go look at Hype, up 13% on the daily chart. We see 𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗏 are up 25% on the weekly chart. And then we go down to Venice, which did hit 18. It is up 3% today, down 6% on the 7-day chart. But overall, this chart did take a nice little bit of a pump over the course of the last couple of days, if we are to look at it from $14 to $16, as we can see on this weekly chart. A very nice bounce since I tweeted that on the 12th. But just all that being said, I think that that was definitely priced into the market, and we're seeing that. We see the New York Knicks winning the finals. Trump won the war with Iran. We'll see if that actually sticks. The USA is going to win the World Cup. I don't know about all that. SPX 500 going to 8,000. Long markets and long degeneracy. So it is looking like a pretty good time for the markets, just all in all. We're seeing stocks ripping off the back of the SpaceX IPO. But the one asset that just seems like an absolute no-brainer continues to be Hyperliquid. And we've been calling this coin. A lot of people say, oh, this is a consensus trade. Some people even come into the comments section and say everyone's bullish on Hype. So even though Hype keeps going up and you've been bullish forever, that doesn't count as a call. It's so weird, the mentality of crypto. You can just tell they must not have allocation into Hyperliquid. But we were buying ever since here, $25, $26, $27. This was my first entry point a little over a year ago. This thing went up to 56, got all the way back down to 20, and now we're at $68. And if we look at this weekly chart, a pretty nice bounce from those $53 levels. I am long Hype on my Propr trading challenge. I'm 1.3% to my profit target. So we'll see if we can get this funded so we can start trading live with you guys here. And I do have a Propr tutorial coming up. This is built on Hype, and we'll actually talk about this in just a second. We do have the CEO here of Bitwise saying they have some pretty good stuff coming for Hype investors in the next day or two, even during this market lull between the SpaceX IPO. The on-chain metrics just continue. This is probably my most shown chart on the entire channel. The on-chain metrics just continue to be absolutely insane. You see the TVL just continuing to climb here on the Hyperliquid platform and on Hyper EVM. I mean, everything is just looking up and to the right as far as the Hype ecosystem. More and more people are moving money into Hype. And on Friday's show, I mentioned I wouldn't be surprised to see hype at 65 or more in the short term. And the reason being, just look how much revenue this thing is bringing in. $12 million this week, $1.3 million just today. And a lot of this is the back of exactly what we talked about. $415 million on SpaceX's token traded on Hyperliquid on chain. This is the difference maker between a lot of these other platforms that don't buy back their own token. So all that $1.3 million in revenue over 24 hours, 90% of that they take and they go buy back Hyperliquid off the markets. But when these big IPOs go live, the number one source for people to come and trade these are on Hyperliquid. They've done $116 million in volume over the last 24 hours. And there's $230 million in open interest on this token. Just absolutely insane numbers for, you know, a stock. This is on-chain stock trading. And of course, you can trade metals, you can trade commodities, you can trade Forex, you can trade crypto. You can now do prediction markets on Hyperliquid. Obviously, prediction markets are blowing up. And I mean, if you've been following along our live streams here, we've been crushing on the World Cup so far. So, I mean, Hyperliquid has everything in its court. They're the all-in-one platform on crypto that you can trade everything. You can get allocation into IPOs. You can just go in here and trade literally anything under the sun. And the volume is just so impressive. If we just go look here, Hyperliquid, let's go back to the information. And let's just look at their overall 24-hour volume. $1.12 billion on hype volume. And their DEX volume on perps the last 30 days is $234 billion. And their annualized fees just hit $1.06 billion. They have 7 employees. This makes them one of the most profitable companies in the world per employee. It's just completely impressive what Hyperliquid has built, completely decentralized as well. This is a decentralized exchange. You custody your money. You just connect your wallet. You trade with Hyperliquid. And you get some of the best overall trading options in the entire space. So you have a team that's buying back the token, not only, but you have the best platform in the space built by a crypto native team, not extractive, not like a FTX type of situation. And then you have the products built on top of Hyperliquid. We see Propr. Propr is a prop firm, what I'm actually doing here. And I think it's probably the best prop firm for crypto in the entire industry. It's built on Hyperliquid. They airdrop hype based on their revenue out to the top points holders. You can farm points on this platform, get paid for it in hype. And then you're also farming their upcoming token airdrop, which launches in August, which is the Propr token. And if we look at these metrics, 24-hour revenue, they just did more revenue than Jupiter, Aave, Uniswap, FOMO, Solana, Ethereum over the last 24 hours. This is crazy. This is a Hyperliquid native perps dex, and they're doing perps dex prop firm, pardon me, that's doing more revenue than Aave and Jupiter. And actually, you could add up Ethereum, Solana, and FOMO, and that's the revenue they're doing. So the 3 of the biggest platforms in crypto, a native product on hype is actually outlasting them on metrics. You can see here, they have a $10.5 million annualized run rate. They're paying out on average their traders every 1 hour, which is crazy. 385 people have passed challenges, and that's what we're trying to do here. I'm going to get funded on this account so we can trade with $10,000 of funded capital. That's what it's all about. I'll leave a link down below for Propr because I do think that this is one of the best opportunities to trade, get funded if you are talented, of course, be able to earn hype through the point system, and then get an airdrop in the future for the Propr token. And obviously, this is the legit platform that's doing crazy revenue, adding up Solana, Ethereum, and FOMO. That's what you get for daily revenue in the last 24 hours for a product like Propr. And then, of course, we see Project X. We've been farming this airdrop for quite some time. I won't be surprised to see this token do very well because this is one of the biggest DeFi protocols on Hyperliquid. So all in all, you can see why hype is performing so strong. I mean, even on the weekly chart, yes, it got down to 53, but we look at this monthly chart, it just reclaimed this $67 level like it was nothing. You know, it got up to 74. I wouldn't be surprised to see it get back to all-time highs this week. But like this monthly chart is an animal. And a lot of people thought that this sell-off would continue down to 50. But just with the metrics and with everything going on, and yes, everyone was looking at SpaceX, but guess where everyone's trading SpaceX? on Hyperliquid. This thing is the only must-hold token in crypto, and I truly believe that. I think that there's going to be times throughout the cycle where you can trade in and out of narratives. You can get out of privacy. You can maybe alternate your AI coins or whatever the case is. But I think the one coin that needs to be in any serious crypto investors portfolio in 2026 is absolutely Hyperliquid. So that's what I'm looking at in the markets right now. This is why I'm long hype, long term. This is why I'm holding hype, and is one of the only things I'm not willing to part with no matter the market conditions, because I know how strong the product is, the revenue, the buybacks, and also the product building on Hyper EVM. So guys, like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more every single day here, Monday through Friday. We have you covered with everything you need in crypto and prediction markets. And I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, trade responsibly, my friends. And of course, stay bullish, my friends.